In the top stories, St. Kitts and Nevis records a low positivity rate despite spike in cases. Guyana's health team probing fire at psychiatric hospital. And Spain reopens to all vaccinated tourists. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Tuesday, the 8th of June, 2021. I'm Jason Davis. Nationally, although there's been a recent spike in COVID-19 cases, the health authorities are stating that the positivity rate is low and should remain low to avoid restrictive measures being introduced. Health Minister the Honorable Akila Byron Nisbet announced at the June 7 edition of the NEOC Special COVID-19 press briefing that to date, St. Kitts and Nevis has a total of 94 confirmed cases with 53 fully recovered. During the recent spike, there have been a total of 49 cases. She said, quote, "Since the outbreak of community spread, we have performed a total of 4,105 tests with 49 positive cases, giving us a positivity rate of 1.19%. This is way below the 5% threshold, and it is good news," end quote. Minister Byron Nisbet said the World Health Organization recommends that the percent positivity should remain below 5% for at least 2 weeks before the relaxation of restrictive measures and considered reopening. She encouraged everyone to continue with the non-pharmaceutical measures to curb the spread of the disease. Another edition of Leadership Matters with Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris will air tonight at 8 o'clock. Joining Prime Minister Harris on the panel to answer questions and listen to the concerns of the public will be Minister of Health the Honorable Akila Byron Nisbet, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Hazel Laws, and Medical Chief of Staff Dr. Cameron Wilkinson. The call-in numbers for Leadership Matters are 466-2666, 662-8674, 767-4765, and 1-239-645-4500. Questions can also be sent via WhatsApp to 661-5683. In other news, the UWI Open Campus St. Kitts and Nevis is bringing back their online recruitment fair this year in an effort to reach a wider audience and share the programs and courses being offered. Senior Admin Assistant at UWI Open Campus, Grace Laplace, explained that the fair will be in 2 parts.
The first part is this evening, and we are looking at continuing and professional education programs that are offered at our country sites and online. The second part is looking at the open campus in general and the degree programs, undergraduate and graduate, certificate programs as well that are offered by the open campus. So it's a 2-part series. And what we want to do is to try to get as many persons to come and do courses and programs at the University of the West Indies open campus because we're highly accessible. Because most of our offerings are actually online.
She said the short courses being offered are beneficial to persons as they're able to develop and learn new skills in a short period of time.
For a person in a business locally, what we have is short courses, programs, and workshops that you can do from 4 weeks to up to 12 weeks in a semester. And it will give you some more skills, enhancement to do your tasks at work. So what we have is that there are a number of employers in St. Kitts and Nevis who actually send their employees to do our short courses. And at the end of that, they are recognized for having done it.
Ms. Laplace encouraged persons to join the live to learn about the expanded offerings, including a course being offered locally which explores Kittitian and Nivision history. Part 1 of the fair runs from 6 to 8 p.m. on Tuesday evening, and interested persons can access the live at UWI Open Campus's Facebook page at facebook.com/UWI Open Campus Caribbean. You can also join them on their YouTube channel. Part 2 will be held on Tuesday, June 15 from 6 to 8 p.m. We now move to news on the regional scene. A fire at Guyana's New Amsterdam Psychiatric Hospital, which occurred on Saturday, is now under investigation by the Ministry of Health. The subject minister has announced that the findings from the probe will guide the rebuilding process. Tamika Rodney of HGP News reports.
Approximately 31 patients of the National Psychiatric Hospital at Kanji Berbice are now displaced following a fire at the institution on Saturday. The region's fire authorities have confirmed that one of the inmates ignited a mattress using a match or a lighter, which resulted in severe damages to the ceiling and internal walls of the building. One inmate is said to still be on the run, while 8 others who managed to escape from the institution were recaptured. Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony on Monday during his COVID-19 update said that a health team has been deployed at the institution to assess the circumstances resulting in the fire.
Have a number of people go up as part of an investigation team to have a look at what took place, and that team is supposed to be there today, and they would conduct an investigation of what went wrong and why this happened. And so we should be able to have that report, and based on the recommendations in the report, we'll take additional steps.
He informed that temporary arrangements have been made to house the displaced patients at another facility with strict adherence to the COVID-19 precautionary measures.
So as of now, we have been able to safely house the patients that have been displaced from because of the fire at Fort Kanji. We're doing so temporarily until we can fix the building and to bring them back to that hospital.
According to the police, the incident took place at around 7:15 hours in the Charlotte 4-male admission ward. The matron, along with the supervisor and 2 male nurses, reportedly went to the Charlotte 4-male admission ward, where on arrival they saw smoke coming from inside of the ward and heard patients shouting for help. Meanwhile, 210,777 persons have been vaccinated against COVID-19 thus far in Ghana. 76,115 have been fully immunized. Dr. Anthony noted that a significant number of persons who were administered first doses of the Sinopharm vaccine have not returned for their booster doses.
We have noticed this in Region 7 and in Region 2. So I want to make a special appeal to those persons who in these 2 regions have received their Sinopharm first dose to come back and get their second dose. We also we know that we have over the last 3 months or so immunized a lot of people with their first dose AstraZeneca. Many of those persons are now due for their second dose, and we want them to come to any one of our vaccination sites.
Tamika Rodney reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
An Antiguan Chinese national, Tian Xiaofeng, is now in police custody after being missing for 1 week following the fire that gutted the XPZ supermarket. He was seen walking through the Lower Shambles residence when a villager saw him and phoned the police. Terry Andrews of ABS News reports.
Approximately 31 patients of the National Psychiatric Hospital at Kanji Berbice are now displaced following a fire at the institution on Saturday. The region's fire authorities have confirmed that one of the inmates ignited a mattress using a match or a lighter, which resulted.
We apologize for being unable to bring you that package. But moving on to news on the international scene, Spain welcomes vaccinated people from anywhere in the world in a move to galvanize a recovery in its tourism sector. Here's more.
Spain has reopened to tourists from all over the world who can show they've been vaccinated. Monday's move is intended to revive the country's battered holiday industry. Spain was the world's second most visited country before the global health crisis struck, but foreign arrivals plunged 80% last year as travel restrictions hit. Entry is now allowed to all vaccinated travellers regardless of country of origin. That includes arrivals from the US, with this man one of the first to benefit.
A little confusion on the New York side between the QR code and what the Spanish health form is, but Other than that, it's just a lovely trip.
Since May 24th, Spain has allowed entries from 10 non-EU countries deemed low risk. That includes the UK, the largest source of holidaymakers in the country. Now the new easing of restrictions comes as infection rates fall. Vaccinations have also progressed fast, enabling most regions to lift curfews. On Monday, Madrid's main airport was still only seeing a trickle of its usual arrivals, but officials hope that will soon become a flood.
The U.S. Justice Department said investigators had seized $2.3 million in Bitcoin paid by Colonial Pipeline in ransom after last month's hack that led to a widespread gas shortage in the U.S. More in this report.
Today, we turned the tables on DarkSide.
The U.S. Justice Department announced on Monday that it recovered $2.3 million worth of Bitcoin paid by Colonial Pipeline to DarkSide, the Russian-based ransomware group authorities blamed for the most disruptive cyber attack in the U.S. on record. Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco.
After Colonial Pipeline's quick notification to law enforcement and pursuant to a seizure warrant issued by the United States District Court for the Northern District of California earlier today, the Department of Justice has found and recaptured the majority of the ransom Colonial paid to the DarkSide network in the wake of last month's ransomware attack.
The FBI's Deputy Director, Paula Bate, said investigators successfully seized the criminal proceeds from a Bitcoin wallet, collecting 63.7 of the 75 Bitcoin Colonial paid to the hackers.
We identified a virtual currency wallet that the DarkSide actors used to collect a payment from a victim. Using law enforcement authorities, victim funds were seized from that wallet, preventing DarkSide actors from using them.
Colonial CEO said last month that his company paid a $4.4 million ransom in cryptocurrency to regain access to its systems and restore the country's largest pipeline. The ransomware attack caused a 6-day outage, leading to a spike in gas prices, panic buying, and fuel shortages across the U.S. Southeast. While the DOJ was able to recover more than 80% of the Bitcoin Colonial paid to DarkSide, it was only worth slightly more than half of the full ransom as of Monday, due to the fall in Bitcoin's value in recent weeks.
And now for the weather. Present weather is cloudy skies with showers in the vicinity. Winds are a gentle breeze of 11 miles per hour from an easterly direction. The temperature is 27 degrees Celsius or 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Seas are moderate with waves of 3 to 6 feet. The weather forecast for today predicts mostly cloudy skies with a moderate chance of showers tonight. And tonight will be partly cloudy to cloudy with a moderate chance of showers. Sunset today will be at 6:44 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 5:36 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Jason Davis.